Hello and welcome to my recap of my weighted rose tournament. My team consists of Skarmory, alolan, marowak, Steelix, Wigglytuff, Sableye and Medicham. So let's jump into the battles. Okay, so in the first game I go up against Korvgrillen and I lead Skarmory into his Probopass, which is basically the worst matchup you can have. And then I actually make a wrong switch. I meant to send in alolan marowak, but this turned out much better, so I was a little lucky there. And in the Steelix mirror, Steelix easily wins if you have any energy advantage. So just do the earthquake and it's over. And he comes in with Probopass to farm some energy, and then switches into Haunter. So if I actually had done the correct switch and sent in alolan marowak, I would have probably lost, because Haunter defeats alolan marowak. But that also depends on how much energy advantage I could have got. But yeah, now it's pretty much over. I need to hit 2 bone clubs and he needs to fire off 2 more rock slides in this position, so I'm good. And I also still have a full health Skarmory in the back, so this one is over. And as you see in this game, I use my 3 best Wigglytuff counters, because I really don't like going up against a Charmer. Last tournament I lost 2 games to Charmers, I think. Now he switches it up with a Haunter lead, which is interesting. And I will just let Skarmory go, because now I have a shield advantage. And you will see this a lot in this tournament, that I sacrifice a Pokemon just to get a shield advantage. Because alolan marowak is basically the staple of my team, and when he has a shield advantage he can beat anything. So now I have 2 shields on alolan marowak against 2 of his full health Pokemon. So alolan marowak is really strong with shields. It's interesting that he runs Drapion with Ice Fang, probably because he don't want to face off against Gliscors and Glygars. But yeah, I don't run those, so against my team Bite would have been much better. But yeah, this is an easy victory for alolan marowak when he had shields. And then the third game I actually forgot to press the record button, so here's the next opponent, Fredrik Eriksson. I stay with the same team, because he also runs Wigglytuff, and no Charizard, so I dare to play with both Steelix and Skarmory in the same team when they don't have any Charizard. So I win the lead, and then I have a really favorable matchup here. So this will once again leave me with a shield advantage, and then I send in Steelix to tank whatever charge move he does, because it does nothing to Steelix. And both of my Pokemon that I have left will easily beat Wigglytuff, so I'm not scared in this situation. And yeah, now it's over, because a full health Skarmory has nothing to fear against Wigglytuff. And then he also has a Skarmory without any health left. So I won that one. And yeah, in the next battle I was a little bit late with starting the recording, but it was just Steelix against Skarmory, which some may consider Steelix a good Skarmory counter from Boulder Cup, but it's not that good. It's fairly even. even though Steelix win the even shield scenario. But I send in alolan marowak because he doesn't have any good alolan marowak counters. So with an energy advantage and 2 shields, alolan marowak can defeat anything. So it might be a little too early to say, but this match is kinda over when alolan marowak gets in this kind of situation. And once again I have all 3 of my Wigglytuff counters, so this Wigglytuff is not going to do anything to this team, basically. And then in the last matchup, it's, yeah, Skarmory with a shield in the mirror. This is over. So now I already won the series, but we play our 3rd game, and it's a mirror match. And as you see in this mirror match, he wins the CMP tie. So this is a terrible situation for me. So now I start to panic, and I see that I don't have anything that can beat alolan marowak. So yeah, I just panic and make my charge move, one fast move too early. I was just hoping that he maybe thought that I had piggybacked him or something, but I'm in a terrible spot. He has switch advantage, we are equal in shield, he has HP advantage, so I have almost no chance to win this. I managed to switch perfectly there, so that I at least absorb the bone club, but yeah, now it's over. I don't have a single chance. And here I just make a crunch to see how much damage it does. But I have no chance of winning, so I just let this one through. Next up is Silph. I stay with the same comp but different lead, because he does not have a Charizard, but he does have a Charmer. So that's why I use the same comp, but I lose this lead. I charge up for an Earthquake, but use Crunch to hopefully get off 2 charge moves, but leave with an energy advantage, which happens. So now I'm actually in a great spot, even though I lost the lead. So I get to charge up some energy, but sadly he managed to get off a charge move, and I have to shield that one, because if it's a Shadow Ball, which it was, I'm in a bad situation. So now we're equal in shields. He must have assumed that I baited. So now I'm actually in a very good spot. Instead, if he had shielded that one, then I would probably... yeah, at least I would have been in a much worse situation. But since I have Skarmory against Wigglytuff, it's pretty much over anyways. And he doesn't even shield because he knows that it's over. This will not KO. So yeah, that was the first game. And in the second game I switch it up with Sableye, and this mirror match is once again just like the earlier mirror match against Fredrik Eriksson. This is horrible, because my IVs are worse than his. So I lose this, and then he makes a great switch to make me waste all my energy. But now I have 2 Wigglytuff counters in the back, so it's still not that bad. And I also have a shield advantage. But he has a Sableye in the back with a lot of energy. So this is still anyone's game. I choose to shield this one, even though I could have won the matchup without using the shield, because I want to farm it down and have a lot of energy instead. But I could have tanked it and used a bone club to defeat it. But this Sableye has so much energy, and I choose not to shield this one, because bone club does less damage than a foul play from Sableye. And Earthquake one-shots this one, so it's still very close. I shield this one, because if I can reach the crunch, then I would have won, but he was before me. So, very close game, but I lost. So very well played by Haseblixten there. Now I bring in Wigglytuff for the first time, and I lose the lead, and then I lose the switch in. So I hope that he switches out in this situation. And he does, and he has Sableye in his team, which is very good for me, since I brought Wigglytuff. And he actually even shields, which I think is not the correct play, because Sableye is going to be farmed by Wigglytuff either way. So now I have a shield advantage. And yeah, as I mentioned several times before, alolan marowak with a shield advantage is a beast in this cup. And then he also decides to bring in Wigglytuff against my Wigglytuff, so instead of alolan marowak, which is actually a positive matchup for him. So now I have a energy advantage and shield advantage, so now I can just Shadow Ball. Absolutely no baiting here. And just take this win. Next opponent is Hainini, which is a terrifying opponent. He's got 93% win rate going into the tournament, and he uses a Drapion with Bite, which my team does not like. But he actually lags a little and misses 2 or 3 bites, and I call this charge move correctly, so I can fire off 2 charge moves. But I offered him a rematch after the set was done, but he declined. And here I shield because I think it's an Aqua Tail, but he baited me. And now I have a lot of energy, so I will just fire off 2 crunches and take his last shield. And now, like you've seen plenty of times before, I have alolan marowak with a shield advantage, which is just so strong in this cup. And I also have Sableye, which is almost like an extra shield if I switch it in to absorb a charge move. Or in this case I switch it in to make 2 Shadow Claws and take down Haunter at the same time. So now I have no reason to not shield this one. And then I will finish it off with Bone Club. Yeah, he fires off a Dragon Claw, but that's not enough. So, first game goes to me. Next game I run the same comp, and he also does. So, I play similarly, except I bait this time, because I expect him to shield. But this time he uses Aqua Tail, which is bad for me, because then I can't get to a second charge move. But now I have a shield advantage. Now I expect the Aqua Tail again, but I called it wrong. And he calls my bait, so now it's just a disaster of charge moves now. Nothing connects that I want to connect, and he just reads me like a book. So now this is still a positive matchup for me, but he's got his Haunter in the back with full health, and we're equal in shields, so I'm in a big disadvantage. Yeah, and even if I had energy for a crunch here, it wouldn't have been enough. So well played by Heinini. The last game I choose to lead with Wigglytuff, because he led Drapion twice. So I win this matchup, and then I can switch into my best Charizard counter. So this is great for me. I believe he shields this one. And then I have to shield if it's a second blast burn. But I'm in a great advantage here. But now he has a Haunter with energy, so I'm actually a little scared of Sludge Bomb there. So I do not send in Wigglytuff. I sent in Steelix to check if he did a Shadow Ball. And Wigglytuff just destroys Drapion. And now I double resist his shadow punches, so I will just finish it off. Next up is basically the final, or the first final, since me and Haledrid are both undefeated so far in the tournament. I lead with Sableye into his Probopass, which is a Rock Throw Probopass, so this is really good for me, since I can fire off 3 charge moves before he fires off 2. So I win this, even if I win the 1 shield scenario. So I will just let this one go, and then I send in Steelix to farm. And this is, I just intend to farm down everything. I intend to have 100 energy when I leave that matchup. He sends in Medicham, so once again I fire off an Earthquake, he does not shield, and then I go into alolan Marowak just to farm, because Medicham can't do any damage to alolan Marowak. So now I have Steelix with energy, and I have alolan Marowak with energy, and I have a shield. So this is a super big advantage for me. This is stupid to fire off a Shadow Ball on Wigglytuff, but yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so in the second game I expect him to lead with something that counters Sableye much better, so I lead with alolan Marowak, which is great for me. So I have an advantage now, but he stays in and farms up energy, slowly but steadily. And now this is absolutely great for me, because now I can farm a lot of energy, and Probopass can barely even hurt Steelix. And he decides to shield that one, which I don't think I would have done. And I just continue to go for Earthquake. I drop a few bubbles there to try to make him survive with a small amount of HP so that I can farm him down. But yeah, I don't. And in this situation I need to send out Steelix, because Wigglytuff with that much HP still beats Sableye. And here I am actually a little lucky that he lets the crunch through, because Wigglytuff might just have been able to beat Sableye. But Sableye is a hard counter to Medicham. So I won the second game, and this third game was a very quick one. I expected him to lead Sableye, so I lead Wigglytuff, and then it's over. Now it's the last set against Ked, and I accidentally used the same team as last time in the last game against Halidrid. So I actually intended to use Sableye instead of Wigglytuff, but well, now I just have to find myself in the situation and do the best of it. So yeah, obviously I lose this matchup, especially if I don't manage to shield the Earthquake. And I use a shield and switch out to have a energy advantage, but now alolan Marowak with a shield disadvantage is really not good, and especially not against Sableye. But I really hope that I can get one shield from him and then farm him down with Wigglytuff. But yeah, I'm one fast move from getting the Shadow Ball, and then he can just switch out. And yeah, this is super over. I got demolished. So now I'm down one game. I don't even bother to shield this one. I just want to get it over with. Okay, now so in the second game I used the team that I intended to use the first game too, with Sableye lead, because Sableye and alolan Marowak are my best Charizard counters. And in this situation I fire off a few more Shadow Claws before switching into Steelix, so that I have some excess energy on Sableye. And then I farm up 100 energy here before I fire off the Earthquake. So already a much better situation than in the last game. I don't think that he should have used a charge move there. I think he just should have farmed. And now I have energy advantage, and I have a Steelix with 0 HP, but that I might be able to use as an extra shield later. And yeah, this is fairly good for me. I just go straight Bone Clubs here, even though Shadow Claw does more damage, because he has so many shields. And then that extra energy that I farmed on Probopass came in handy, so that I could fire off the foul play before him. This last game is from Ked's perspective, since I forgot to hit record. But it's also interesting to see. I lead with Steelix this time, and have alolan Marowak and Sableye in the back. So Ked uses his foul play, and I use my crunch, and I believe this is a fairly even matchup. I switch in my own Sableye, and I don't care to shield anything with my Sableye, since I want to have this shield advantage with alolan Marowak. So now he has 2 full health Pokemon versus 1 alolan Marowak and 2 shields, basically. The situation is very interesting, since both me and Ked knows that the only way that I can win this is by using my Steelix as a shield. So Ked waits 2 extra Dragon Tails to see if I switch, but I managed to switch it perfectly into the crunch, and yeah, it was basically just luck there in the end. So all in all, I went 6-0 and got to rank 39 worldwide. I never used Medicham, even though that was not kind of part of the plan from the beginning. I wanted to use Medicham against Probopasses and Steelixes and Gliagars, but I didn't face off against any Gliagars or Gliscors, basically. I brought alolan, Marowak and Steelix every game. And then the third Pokemon was just any of Skarmory, Wigglytuff and Sableye, depending on what I needed. So thanks for watching.